Hello everybody, this is Tim with TD Sports Cards. Today we are going to open up a box of 1990-91 NBA Hoops. It has a little bit of a indenture there, something at one point said on it, but it is sealed. So should still be a decent box. Just got to watch out for probably these sets of packs here. But it's a good box. It's got what you're looking for is the superstars. The Jordan at 10 obviously has become a big card. Even some of the other players has became a big card in this. So that's what we're looking for. Plenty of rookies in this. You're looking for the draft picks. And so let's just rip into this. I'm excited. I got 2 boxes of these, so I'm going to do one right now, and I'll do another one later on. The next one on my list after this is the Flair. So, rock and roll. This might take a little bit of time, everybody, because what I'm going to do is top load as I go. Any of the Hall of Famers and certain rookies and so on. But so bear with me. All right. So we got all of our packs. Let's go ahead and pull them all out. All right. Yes, this basketball's been going up. I figured, why not? Let's try and see what we can't pull. So those are all of our cards, and then we're gonna open them up and see what we get. And like I said, we're hoping for some key rookies and everything. Where's it at? Some of your key rookies. Let me see. I'm just going to scan over them. All right, key rookies you got in this set. You got Tim Hardaway, Vlade. Glenn Rice is in this. Mookie Blaylock, Sean Elliott. Sean Kemp's the other big one. So I know, was it the Kemp and the Hardaway are the 2 main ones above everybody else. And then obviously I'm looking for the star cards and the superstar, which is the gold colored ones. So let's see what we can do. I haven't opened these in forever, so we'll see how they open up. Let's see who we get. Right on top, Larry Bird. It's a good start. He's one of the best shooters ever. He was just a plain baller. All right. Let's see what else we got. There's Thorpe, English. McHale's a Hall of Famer. Sal Thompson, Corbin, Lechner, Carr, Casey Jones. I do see a gold in here. All right. Let's see what we got coming here. Paxton, Buck Johnson. There's the Magic. Looks like Isaiah. All-Star Weekend. Pretty cool. Abadi, Pudo, Kevin Edwards, and there's a Petrovic. He's another rookie. So those I'm just going to put to the side. I think he is worth something, but I just can't remember exactly what. But I know, yeah, Kemp and Hardaway are the 2 big ones in this. McHale is so underrated. Hall of Fame. all the Celtics titles. He's solid on defense. So what I'll do is I top load them all, and then I go back through and I look at the grading. Like I said, obviously you can look at this one as off left to right. So at the best, this would be a 9. Looks like it's off a little bit top to bottom, so it's probably like an 8, but you never know. You never know until you can go through them. Alright, let's go into pack number 2. And there are, was it 36 packs? I believe in this. It's 9 times 4. Alright, let's see. We got Elvin Robinson, Oakley, Blackman, Anderson, Musselman, Griffith, Pat Lever. What a name. Those uniforms back then, pretty wild. Yeah, Sidell Threat, Jeff Malone, Craig Hodges. Actually, that's a good one. Ooh, we got 2 gold ones. So Hodges is a good one. Scottie Pippen. Look at that. That's a good little hit. But you can tell right off the bat it is off center. So that back in the junk wax era, some sweet looking cards. But what's typical is their quality control. So you can see on that it's off center, left to right, and top to bottom. Actually, top to bottom is not bad. It's left to right. But the quality control in these are why it's so hard to get the 10s. So people just didn't send them in when the grading came around because they said, oh, that's no way it's going to be a 10 because that's not perfect. Chris Ford, Gary Grant, Edelman. Let's see who we get here. Looks like Patrick. Now this one, it's just a little bit off left to right. This could be a 9. Just off a little bit left to right. So it's not bad. Like I said, I'll take it. I'd like to see some 10s of those gold ones though. See some more Hall of Famers in here. Hardaway, Kemp. Those would be nice. And I hate these packs because they're just yuck. They're a pain in the butt to open. Alright, so that one there's got damage right on the top left. That one's going to be put aside, probably tossed. Ones that are like that bad, I just toss. Tisdale, Chuck Person is a good player. Now some of these are worth money. Like Person, you get that grade and it comes out of 10. It's off a little bit left or right. They'd have to give it me a little bit in order to get it. But say it comes back at 10, that's probably, for being in 1990, it's probably like 20 bucks or so. Might be more than that. There's a Kenny Battle, rookie. It's nice how they put the big old rookie logo like that on there. Bill Laimbeer, it's a good player. I'm going to top load that one. Alari, Lenny Wilkins, Larry Smith, Roy Sparrow, Eric Floyd, Jack Haley, Mel Turpin. There's Marcellonis. He's actually another decent one in this. There's Concac. That one's actually that one might have a shot at a 10, but like I said, I'll go through all that stuff, all the commons later. But Marcellonis Leonis is actually a good one if you can get it at 10. I think it's like 25 bucks or so, I think. Like I said, maybe even 30 bucks, 35 bucks. And that one's actually close to being centered. So that would be a candidate I'd throw in that I'd send up to send in and get graded. All right. I gotta go to Laimbeer. Like I said, it's going to be a longer video, so bear with me. But try to give you a little bit of good little sports intuition, feedback on stuff. Remembering the old days when we were kids. Xavier, there's a good one. Chris Mullin, another Hall of Famer. Buck Williams, Jay Humphries, Manute Bol. Actually, a lot of people did not grade his card, so it'd be nice to see one of those in a 10. Jay Brown, or Mike Brown, Joe Barry Carroll, Quentin Daly, remember those guys. Byron Dinkins, there we go. We got a gold one there. So Byron Dinkins, rookie. That one actually looks centered. That one actually looks really centered. Alright. What do we got here? Horace Grant. It's another one that, especially with the documentary going on. I still haven't watched it because I'd have to pay for the ESPN Plus, and I just haven't done it yet. But that one looks centered left or right, but not top to bottom. So that'd end up being a 9. 9 at best. Chris Mullin, though. This one looks pretty centered. That top to bottom's off. Yeah, top to bottom's off, but good player. And this is our gold. This one's off left to right also. So that's a trend we got in this box. Every box, every case is going to be different. Depends on who's cutting them at the time and how many sheets they do at the time. But I still top load them because eventually, like I said, there's Jeff Martin rookie. Larry Drew, and we got the checklist. The what's typical, Willie Anderson, is when you send in and get graded, they look at the left, right, top to bottom for a point each. It's drastically off than -2. So another Hall of Famer in the back. So right off the bat, you could be -1, -2. Well, for cards that are where the value is not there yet, they're going up, but they're not there yet. Getting an 8 in something would be really bad, but not horrible. Because eventually 8s will be worth something. You just gotta hold on to them. Got Roberts, Eddie Johnson, Corzine. There's a Harvey Grant. It's Horace's brother. Johnny Newman. Otis Thorpe. It seems like whenever there's a gold one, it's always backwards like that. Alright, let's get a big boy. Charles Barkley. And again, off-center, left to right. So, if I can get the one of them centered, it would be nice to get the Jordan. And there's about one of those per pack, roughly. So, 36 packs. There's probably, I don't know what the odds are, but probably 1 in 36 maybe. The one pack didn't have one, but the one had 2. So that must have just been a mispackage. Roth. Good old Moses Malone. He's got value, especially if you can get it in the 9s and 10s. Especially if you look at Flair, you can see it. That one's actually centered pretty well. That one actually has a shot at 10. So that's a good one. We can get some of these Hall of Famers that are there's a Rodman insert. Looks like a gold one too. Get some of these Hall of Famers that are gold. And get a couple of them centered. That'd be nice. There's Pooh Richardson, rookie. He had a good little career. Larry Nance had a good little career. Bryant. Cornette, rookie. Terry Teagle. Kenny Skywalker. So that guy was middle name. He was a slam dunk champion, if I remember right, and he just flew. Olin Polynice was a great player back then. Like Woodson. All right. See what gold we got now. We got 2 of them this batch. All right. So got Johnny Dawkins. We got Robert Parrish. And this one is close to being centered. Actually, they might give me this one in 10. It's pretty darn close, and it's centered top to bottom. So it's centered top to bottom. So you want to look down here, make sure that gap there is the same as gaps up there, so that looks good. And then left to right, so that one actually has a good shot at a 10. Which for that one, it's probably, if I get a 10 on it, probably like, I don't know, 40 bucks or something like that. It's Derek Smith, Sam Mitchell, AC Green, loved AC Green, good player. Alright, and our gold, we know is a Rodman. Let's see, left to right is good, top to bottom, looks like the bottom is a little bit bigger. So, they'd have to really give it to me to get a 10 on that, but at best, that one's a 9, most likely. Alright. So it seems like every few packs we're getting, so I don't know, might get 40 golds on this. So I'm sure there might be some duplicates. 6-man award, Ricky Pierce, he was a good player. Sherman Douglas, he was solid for a minute. Pat Riley, Coach of the Year. Believe it or not, these coaches cards between Riley and between Lakers and Bulls coaches, pretty much, that one's not bad. Off a little bit left to right, but like I said, when 9s become relevant for this year, then all that comes into play. Just being a little bit off and then get graded. Reggie Lewis, he was a good player. Lojas, here's the one we want. That's one of the key ones, and it is centered. Yep, that one's like perfect center. It's centered top to bottom. So that is a good shot. Love that. So I'm happy for this. I picked up this box for, shipped, I think it was like 20. Or actually, I got this with some Flair, half a box of 91 Flair, which I got like a bunch of Jordans. I think I got like 4 or 5 Jordans out of it. Different types between All-Star and his dunk and so on. But yeah, it's been a pretty good deal. There's AC Green, same thing, off center, left to right. But yeah, this was actually a pretty good deal. I kind of jumped out when he threw the other half of this box, because originally it was going to be 18 of this and 1891 Flair. McNamara, good role player. Yeah, so I just jumped right on it. So it was like 40 bucks for all of it. And I got one of the key Jordans out of it. I think the best it's going to be is a 9, but so that would pretty much grade it and then pretty much pay for this box and the other Flair. So like I said, we get the Kemp and a couple of these other ones in here, Moses Malone, some other ones grade out of 10, then it's a good deal. It's Joe D. There's the other key one. This one looks off top to bottom. It's got a little bit of a rough edge right there. You can see it right there. Still got top load up right now. I don't want to get any rougher. Like I said, you never know down the line. Throw this in your box, and 5 years later, 10 years later, all of a sudden that card, even with that, grades out of 7, and all of a sudden it's worth 20 bucks. So you never know. Look at all the Jordan 6s and even 5s that are worth money now. Everybody thought they were going to be nothing. Bailey, Rivers, Millen, Anderson, Alright, so gold one we got now. Tom Chambers. Gaddison. That one's off left to right. Todd Litchie. Good for a minute. Wolf. Welch. And Mr. Kevin Willis. Kevin Willis, pretty good player. He was solid. He was a good 2010 guy. I like the 2010 guys. Alright, let's get old Tommy Boy. If you ever watched that movie, Tommy Boy, yeah, it's hilarious. We were talking different scenes about it at work. So, yeah, it was pretty wild. Alright, what do we got here? Dennis Rodman. Defensive Player of the Year. That's a good one. It's Mitch Richmond. That one's a good one. He was a good player. You had Mullen, Hardaway, and Richmond. Like that, so if you're wondering, why am I top loading so much? Well, because long range wise, I'm going to get these graded probably at one point. So protect them now. Protect them now. Some of these I'll have to go back through, like between Dantley and Pearson. I know. I just have to look to see what they go for. Bailey, Scotty Brooks. We might have it. Lenny Wilkins. We got one. We got one. What do we got? Michael Jordan. Woo, woo, woo. An all-star. It is off-center. Typical with all the gold in this box. Top to bottom looks good. Just left to right. I would expect this one 8 at worst. Most likely a 9. Because it's pretty sharp looking on the corners and everything. So, got a Jordy. Sweet. I think, like I said, I'd like to say they're like 100, 150 bucks in a 10. So go from there. So even if I get a 9 on that, you're looking at probably, what, 40 bucks or so. Haley Gray. There's another Marcelonis. And a Sidney Green. Like I said, even some of these commons, if they're centered and come back at 10, this one actually looks pretty centered. That one actually could get 10. Even the common ones, you can get them back in a 10. Yeah, they're still $18 to $25, maybe even more than that. But there's another Marcelonis. He was good solid player. But bear with me, everybody. If you're here watching, hopefully you can you're searching eBay, checking out what latest deals are out there. How high the Jordans are going. Newman, Gilliam, Hastings, and we got this one. This guy here was phenomenal. Him and Stockton. You gotta remember, he didn't just average like 25 points and 12 rebounds a game. He actually averaged, what was it, like 4 or 5 assists a game. And he actually had, I think, 30 points 1 or 2 years or something like that. He actually had a great career. Talk to him, pop the threes, and then dish. You need the role players cleaning up whatever's missed. Insane, Caldwell Jones, Roth, and Battle. Yeah, they were just very conservative, very half-court oriented. I mean, a typical game for them would be like 86 to 82. With Stockton hitting 10 for 10 on free throws for the game. He was just a free throw machine. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Right off the bat. And that one looks legitly centered. So we got another Jordy. Woof, woof. Look at that. That one's a beaut. Sweet. Pay for the box, those 2 cards. Mark Price, he's another good player. Lindsey Bogues, Skowski. When I think of the Cavaliers, I think of Elo, Price, Chambers. Yeah, they were just pretty solid. Rick McKee, ooh, look at that one. That was manufacturing. Oops. See that? That one's junk already. Okay, Roy Spurrow. We got another. We got Blackman, Lando Blackman. Back in the day, he was pretty solid player. He had a few good years, but he was pretty consistent. I'm doing Price because Price's rookie was 88, so this is like his third-year card. This one's actually pretty. That's off the top to bottom, but it's a pretty solid card. But yeah, Price was. When I think of free throws, I think Price and Stockton. They seemed like they were always up there on the leaderboard. All right, guys, we're about a third of the way done with the box. That's we top loading all of them. So, all right, looky there. Got another Jordan. Sweet. Great box. Great box. Love it. Horn, Vogue, Sigma, Michael Cooper. I remember this. I lived back in Southern California. We'd go to Lakers game and all you heard was Coop, Coop. He was good. It's Cartwright. He was one of the dirty guys. One of the ones like Malone needed was just clean up. Here's Dealt with Shrimp, and who do we got in this one? Who do we haven't got Magic yet. We haven't got a Bird yet. And there's the man, and that one looks pretty solidly centered too. Shrimp's extra good player. Yep, that one looks solid. I think that has a really good chance of being a 10. Should make that probably like for Reggie, my guess probably like $40 card or some, 40, 50 maybe. But solid. Look at that centered. Left to right's good. Look at that top to bottom. Looks about right. Pretty good. Skirvin again. Brown, Orlando. And Kenny Smith. Kenny Smith was solid. I like his announcing. It's funny. He was hilarious when he did when they did the draft board. It had McHale, Barkley, Kenny Smith, Chris Webber. Who else was there? There was 8 of them. They were drafting teams. All the greatest players ever. That was pretty crazy. Yep, there we go. Haven't got that one yet. That one is pretty close to being centered. Just a hair off left to right. And then top to bottom looks pretty good. That one's got a solid shot. So like I said, send in about 15 that I think would get 10s and get 10 of them back like that. There's one of the other major rookies. Vlade, and that one's off left to right. That's just like the gold. I wonder if it's because of where they were on the sheet is why it's so far off. It's either that or they cut the sheet like just really bad. Terry Porter. He was a pretty good player. Rambis, he was a dirty player. Suns, Lakers, Bedford, Benoit Benjamin. I remember him when he came out of college. John Williams, Craig Elo. He was a little shooter type of guard. There's Paxton. Alright. Mike Sanders. And here we go. This one's centered, maybe too big on top, too small on bottom, maybe. Yep. That was going to be close. But centered left to right, so it's solid 9. Outside shot at a 10. Short, Maxwell, Rothstein, and Skiles. Michigan State product. Had his number retired. And Martine Cleaves. Two of the best guards that came out of there. He had some good forwards and a couple centers, but like Jason Richardson, he was Michigan State. Yep, there we go. Who got MVP that year? Magic got MVP that year. It's off left to right. Top to bottom is a little bit off. But Magic cards went up. I picked up a bunch of his lately. And we got Clyde the Glide. Terrence Johnson, Kersey Smith, Linham, Steve Kerr, Coach Kerr. Jeff Malone, who's a good player. He's that second tier guy. Delaney Rudd, who's the... we got Dominique. And that one's a little bit off, top to bottom. Probably a 9. Drew Jackson, Sun Gold, and Bob West. What's funny is, you see the coaches' cards in the hoops. Go back to the, for football, what is it, 89 or 90 Pro set, that's got, who the heck was it? His cards actually sells really, really, really well. Jimmy Johnson, maybe? That one's just a little off, left to right. But yeah, the Pro set, the coach's card actually sells really well. Even in this, actually, between Phil Jackson and Pat Riley, because they've actually had good careers after it, and they've won so many games. All right, Patrick Ewing, off left to right. Roy McRae. Let's see who this one is. It's Lafayette Fever All-Star. I wonder if that was his only All-Star. That one's like maybe top to bottom to tear off. Rod Strickland, pretty solid player. Bill Fitch. There we go. Phil Jackson, off left to right. Go figure. Then we got the Reggie. And this Reggie's centered also. Pretty solid. Both Reggies were centered. This one, yeah, it's pretty close, left to right. It's at 55-45. So that's pretty solid. All right, Phil Jackson. Lafayette Fever. Like I said, this is probably one of his. Probably had a few years that he actually did good. Between him and Blackman, Orlando Blackman, they probably only, when you look at him, only had so many solid years. All right, let's keep going. We're almost halfway there, everybody. After I finish what I put down here. All right, what do we got? Wingate, Schuler, Eddie Lee Wilkins, and then this guy, Catledge. All right, next one. There we go. We haven't seen him yet. Scottie Pippen. That one's off a little bit left to right. Top to bottom looks good. Just left to right's a little bit off. Alright. Sam Bowie. There's a regular Reggie. That one's off left to right. Klein. And we got Chris Mullin. His stuff is so undervalued. Even an 86 Flair. Left to right. Top to bottom. Even an 86 Flair stuff is so undervalued. You remember, he was a shooter. Watch a video where he scored 13 points and 13 points in 50 seconds or something like that, if something crazy. But yeah, Red, he came down. They got the ball off a miss. They were down by like, I don't know, 10 points or something like that, or 8 points. He came down, hit a 3. They stole the ball. He hit a 3. Committed a foul, I think. And the team they were playing against, I can't remember who it was, hit both free throws. On the inbounds, it was like a deflection or something like that. He got it, hit a 3. They stole the ball, hit another 3. It was crazy. Oh, Mullen. Dinkins. All right, let's see what big boy we got this time. Tom Nelson. Irvin Magic Johnson. Oh boy, Michigan State. Left to right's a little bit off. Top to bottom looks good. So, as you can see, like I said, your average good card in this isn't like the modern Chrome where almost everything is a 10 and you have little 9s. This one here is a lot of 9s and little 10s. Totally different nature. This one's more really a search. Search and a little bit of luck on the grading. Make sure you don't get marked off for corners or surface. Usually surface on this. These are dry cards. These aren't like stadium clubs where they stick and tear up and everything. But it's just softer. There we go. Dominique off left to right. Here's another good one. David Robinson. One's off a little bit left to right. Top to bottom looks good. All right. So we're getting a good amount of good players. Good players, rookies, Hall of Famers. It's just the idea of how many are actually going to come out as 10s. That's the next thing. All right, Kevin Johnson, Perkins, another checklist. Hanson, John Williams, Maurice Cheeks was a solid player. Zotzi, Woodside. I'll try to go a bit faster for you guys. Isaiah Thomas. And this one's off center. Top to bottom and left to right. So that would be like, that's like an 8. Alright, Mookie Blaylock. He's one that's actually pretty good. So set him aside in the rookie stack. Thornton, Thompson, and Tim Perry. Alright. I warn you, this is going to be a little bit long. So I'm just doing all this at once instead of going through it twice. So we can see how I'm thinking. Stacey King, a lot of potential. Did okay, but nothing great. Charles Barkley, off left to right. Jarrett Reed, he's actually not bad. Looks like it might be off top to bottom. Jim Paxson, John's brother. Here's another one. You got your East versus West. Legendary coaches. That's a gold. Let's get Barkley taken care of. That one's off left to right. Top to bottom looks good though. So best is a 9. Let's see. Luckner, Sampson. Now if they grade like they did 10, 15 years ago, some of these wouldn't know. Look at that. Ooh, we got a couple good ones in this. There's a Kemp, but off center. Yeah, the grade where they gave you more center. You look at some of the other cards from different times, and it's like, oh my gosh, how did that get a 10? All right, Pippen, off center, left to right. Doug Moe, Danny Ferry. That one, he actually had a lot of. He was a shooter. He was another one of the Cavs guys. Grant Long, Dan Murley. Here's your other shooter. Like I said, between them, Elo, Price. That was a tough team. Tough team. so many good teams back then. You had them. Like I said, you had Utah. You had Houston. You had Trailblazers, Lakers, Boston. Even the Hawks were pretty tough. It's Bud Webb, Mookie. Was that Moses, I think, also. Golden State was tough. So there was a lot of good teams. And then during that time, Jordan beat them. That's the respect you got to give. There was a bunch of solidly good teams. They didn't load up like they did, where it's like Golden State versus the world, or Miami versus the world. Cliff Robinson, another solid rookie. Off center though, Rick Harper, checklist. Griffith, Cooper, Davis. All right, let's see what we get of this one. I like to get another Jordan. Then Fleming looks like Nate Carl. Oh, back to this. Kevin McHale. That one looks perfect. Centered all the way around. So this has actually been a good box. If I send in 20 of these that are centered, and get back like 15 of them that are in 10s. Even if I get back half of those, and get a couple of the big boys in a 10, well pays for the box. 2 10s would pay for the box. If I was 2 for 2. All right, let's see what we got in this batch. Isaiah, bad boys, off top to bottom, good. There's another David Robinson. This one's off left to right. I think I have one of these in a 10. Yep, I have that on my eBay store. He's undervalued. His card should be going for like 30 bucks or whatever. Between winning a few titles and for how good he was and how dominant he was for a while, his card should be up more than what I have a hard time selling it for the price that I'm trying to sell it at. Actually, I think I've had it listed there for a year at about the same price. So it's pretty crazy. Undervalued. I think the market will catch up to that, though. Dana Barros, he was a good little shooter. Between him and the glove. Yeah, it's another thing, Seattle. It's just loaded. You have, like I said, Polonese, Kemp, Barros, Peyton. Just loaded. Really, really good players. Terry Smith. All right, let's see which. So we got this time. Yep, it's coming up here. Yeah, Larry Bird. There's our Bird. This one's close to being centered. Top to bottom. I think it's probably just a hair off. That's one that'd probably give it a 9. Close, but no cigar. But on those ones like that, I'd take a 9. Especially if they're the big Hall of Famers. Kenny Skywalker. We got Blob. Literally. Blob. Redhead. I don't know where he's from. Does it even say on here? From Indiana. Oh, Germany. Redhead from Germany. Harper's cards and Hornacek cards. Yeah, they got value. You just gotta get them in a 10. All right, let's see. There we go. Another crazy one. John Sally. He liked to bicker and argue. The Charles Barkley off center. Glenn Rice, another good one. El Pressey, Wiggins, Lechner, Bagley, Michael Cage. Like I said, he was solid. He reminds me of he was just like a Parrish and McHale type. Pretty solid player. Otis Thorpe he didn't mind doing the dirty work. Okay, Ron Anderson, Dominique. Yep, Dominique. And this one's pretty solid. So it looks like a solid 10. I mean, they're gonna, if they do a population control, these all won't get 10s. Like I said, if I could send in 20 that I think would, and I get 10 of them back, I'd be, for 1990, I'd be happy. which that's probably what I'll probably send in about 25 of these. I got 2 boxes, so see what happens. See what happens. That'd be a test I'll do. Send in 20 and see how many 10s. See how many they knock down at 8s. On cards that look like a 10. Alright, we'll get Barkley in a minute. Winter Williams, John Morton, Michael Thompson, he's another solid player. Greg Grant. Get old Barkley, it's off center. Top to bottom and left to right. Yeah, so at that point, this would be an 8. This is a long-term hold. that's what you consider that. Just take care of them, throw them in the top loaders, put them in a box. It says do not open for 5 years, and then see what comes out of the box. Actually, I have a couple boxes that are like that I plan on for this year. I'll put on there do not open until for 2 years. Because if you open them and you know what's in them, you'll be happy that you could sell them and make $2-3 on, because it's like an 8 or a 9. But if you put on there don't open for a couple years, all of a sudden you're going to make 10 bucks on them. You're just going to tap into them. And there might be your lower end ones. You know, like I said, your 8s, your 9s for your star players. It's a good center bird. You just got to be patient. Whitman example was about a year and a half ago. I got into some breaks on it's a 1-box breaks. Oh, they're like $150, $200 a box. One is you're looking for the Jordan 9, and that's one of the key ones that come out of it. And at the time, that was like $1,500. Well, then the 8s were about $100. So anyways, over a period of a summer, I pulled 3 of them and sold all 3. I think one was for $100, one was $100, and I think the break was like $5 to get for each break. I think I pulled 100 or sold one for $100, $110, and then $125. That same card right now today, $350. Yep. Should have kept one, put one away of that Jordan. Wiggins, another Magic. Yep. Should have kept one away. I kicked my butt on that one for even selling any of them, but yep. PSA 8, $350. PSA 9s are now, I like to say $2,500 if I remember right when I looked the other night. So, yeah. Pretty rough. But, alright. Budo is Winston Bennett. He was there for a minute. Petrovic. Like I said, he was actually a pretty good player. Sam Vincent. Sam and J. Vincent, Michigan State. Let's see what we got here. Getting Jordan shy now. Alright, McHale off center. LaSalle, Corbin, Brown, Carr, Casey, Paxton. Alright. Johnson. Come on, give me a big name. Isaiah. Off center. Ford, Edwards, Edelman, and Otis Smith. Yeah, when I do so much boxes, believe it or not. I don't post everything. And yeah, just buy the top loaders by the cases. Makes it simple. You get the better deal. And then when I buy I just get them right through BCW. Just buy the cases. Ewing on the back. Ewing All-Star. So we're going to get 2 gold in this one. Alright. Xavier, Oakley, Blackman, Anderson, Musselman, McKinney, Scott Walker, Fat Lever, Sedell, There's a Hodges. All right. See what we got for gold on this one. S. Scottie Pippen. There we go. Off a hair left to right. Pretty solid card, though. And I'm being picky. When I say off a hair, I mean 55-45 would pass. This is probably 60-40. Top to bottom is good, though. So that one, that's probably a 9. Grant, Larry Drew, and we get the Ewing. That one's about the same. Offset about the same. Top to bottom's fine. Alright, a lot of gold. All these are gold. We got the one Jordan out of it. We got 2 gold Pippins, I believe. Alright, Pooh Richardson. Minnesota was horrible back then. Chris Mullin. Williams Humphreys Bowl. Always look at the bowls in case they are. Like I said, I'll go back through and see which ones are centered. Byron Dinkins. There's a Horace. That one's pretty solid. I'm top to bottom's off. Kevin Johnson or McHale. Alright. That one's off. Derek Smith. Jeff Martin. He was there for a little bit. Probably about like 6-8 years. AC Green was good. Yeah, Jeff Martin, I remember. Him, Benoit. Bo Kimball. And that was his whole sad story. Loyola Marymount. Everybody my age remembers that. Hank Gathers. During a playoff game. Made a shot, came back, walked down, wobbled, collapsed, died right there on the floor. They announced him dead at the hospital, but he died right there. He had when he did like the tremors, and then he sat up for a second, if I remember right, and then he just fell back down, and that was it. That's like what you would call your last breath. Very unfortunate. And during that time, Marymount was averaging 140, 150 points a game. They were running, gunning. They were exciting, and they could score. And Bo Kimball even came up, and he averaged 20-something points, but he was hurt because his boy wasn't there with him. There's Robert Parrish. That one looks maybe top to bottom, maybe. Garrett, Sam Mitchell, other Timberwolves. They were just bad back then. Dennis Rodman. That's a cool looking card. Left to right, top to bottoms, just hair off. So it depends on how much they give me on these hair offs for the top to bottom. Then might add some more 10s to the mix. Like I got 2 boxes of this. Just think for people who got these cases recently and opened the whole case, which I seen on eBay. Yeah, there was a batches of 5s, 3s, and a bunch of singles. They were a good price. They all got sucked up the last couple days. Trevor Douglas, Pat Riley, Herb Williams, Brian Bailey, Peter Rojas. There's another Kemp. We got 3 Kemps out of this box. Awesome. I think all 3 of them are off though. I think all 3 of them are off center. But Joe D. All right, what do we got here? Chapman, AC Green. There we go. Haven't had this one yet. This one's off center, left to right. I like AC Green. His rookie cards are undervalued also. Welp. Tom Hanmans. Alright guys, we're into that last stack. Pooh. There we go. We haven't had this one, I don't think. Stockton. Off center, left or right. Like I said, it's pretty common in this. Unfortunately. But 9s actually I've seen are becoming a value where you can get $12, $13, $14 on eBay for them. So, Reggie Lewis. Another tragic story. Litchi, looks like Charles Barkley, maybe? Yep, Charles Barkley off center. Smith, long. AC. Ben Hammonds. This is what I do every box. This one just has a lot of golds in it. A lot more gold than I thought it did. But I know it's harder to get. Still hard to get a 10 in them. Another 6-man Reggie Pierce. There we go. Oh, Karl Malone. I haven't had that one. I had the All-Star one, but not that one. Let's get the Pat Riley out of the way. That one's close. That one's probably like a 9, but in a 10, I think I think they sell for about $20 in a 10 or something. Maybe a hair more than that. Donaldson, Campbell. This guy was a good rookie for Orlando. He came on. He was there for Sam Shack. He was one of the key guys. McMillan, great player. All right, Gaddison, and we got a Reggie. This one's cut good. All three of these Reggie All-Stars actually have a shot at getting that 10. Pretty sweet. Garrick Wolf, McNamara, and Willis. All right. Few packs left. Yeah, you don't want to rip the crap out of these packs like you would with the modern stuff because they're plastic. You'd tear up your corners. So Worthy, Dumars. Yeah, you don't want to do that with this. Not if you're planning on grading them. Scotty Brooks, Sonny Wilkins, another Hall of Fame. Thorpe, Meadows. Here we go. Another Larry Bird. And this one's maybe off a little bit top to bottom. Litchi rookie. Gray, Welp, Sidney Green. Alright, get another top loader. Alright, let's rock on. Thank you all again for be hanging with me, watching through all this. I'll do a quick little recap here at the end. But like I said, if you're wondering why I'm top loading everything, it's because long range wise, think of all those cards that were 8s that everybody stuck away in the boxes in the 90s, even the late 90s, even early 2000s. Thought they were 8s. Well, those 8s are now worth $20 graded. And before you wanted to just throw them away. So, yeah, for what I'm doing, I'm in it for the long haul. So all this stuff will get top loaded like this. Shaw. That one's got a crazy print marks. That was Toss, Hillsdale, Person, Tarpley, Simmons, Will Harris. I'm going to move those up. Running out of room. Garland, Newman, there's Cartwright, Haskins, we got another Dominique, Haley, Caldwell, there's Marcelonis, That one was close. Maybe top to bottom or worse, but that one's pretty close. That's like 3 or 4 Marcellones's. But yeah, I got a lot of All-Stars in this. More than I thought. So I boxed out of 36 packs, I'm going to end up with like 40-something All-Stars. Pretty crazy. I don't know, I'll count them when we're done. There's another Barcelona. Alright. Rivers, Cummings, Chambers, Kenny Battle, rookie. Bill Lambier, Larry, McGinsky, Paxton, Rory Sparrows. Is it Michael? Oh no. Irvin. Hanson, Turpin, Raw, and Concac again. I'd like to get another Michael. I don't know. Possibility. Till we get down to your last pack. And then it's gonna get any last pack mojo. Alright. See what we got here. Oh, got another Jordan. There we go. And that one looks pretty damn centered. What do you guys think? Yep, I got lucky. I think these Jordans, I'll send in the 3 of these and I might get 2 10s unless I do a pop control and only get 1 of them on it. Mahorn, Bugs, Robert. I remember that before home, but he's been in the front of the packs. All 3 of those Jordans been in the front. Chuck Malone, Dryling. Maybe might get a Isaiah. Might get another Jordan Gold. Rose Malone. Might get one. We'll see. So I'm curious what the next box is going to be like. There's 2 different sellers, 2 to sell. It could be 2 different setups of the print press. So you never know. Alright guys, 3 packs left. Got some with good luck mojo. Pulled another Jordan out of it. Yep, there's one. Looks like an Akeem. It's that left bottom. I don't know if you can see it on there. If I can. It's hard to tell. Actually, it might pass, but it's kind of like a somewhat of a printing machine deal. Vlade, that one's off center. Alright, what else we got this pack? Porter, should be pulling the Porters, because actually his stuff has value. Sigma, Cooper, Daly, Charles Jones, Elo, Aaron Dinkins again, for probably got 6 of his. Trump, and we got a Pippin off center. Purvis short. I just call it Nervous Purvis, but wrong Purvis. You guys know the Purvis Ellison. Nervous Purvis. He was always nervous, but then when he was nervous, he actually played his best. It's pretty crazy. Played good and clutch. What I call Nervous Purvis, because he was always a head case during the game, during the end of a game, but yet he was like, his shooting percentage was higher. It's kind of crazy. Smith, there's Magic. Yeah, it's got a little manufacturing, little dink in it. It's Clyde, Campbell, Rambis, Bedford, Benoit, Steve Kerr. That one's got print marks on it. That one's gone. Woodside, Sanders, another McHale, Maxwell. It's another good player, Skiles. Clyde the Glide. He had a great career. Played at Houston, coached at Houston. Coached at Houston in college. Yeah, a couple more. Oops. Alright, last pack, guys. We're going to get a Mojo. Should we do the Mojo thing? Let's get another Goldie. Another Gold Jordan. Alright. Let's do this. Alright, what do we got on top? Pippen's on top. Alright, alright. That was a good little... That one's not bad. Alright. See what we get here. Bowie. Got a Reggie. Okay. Decent pack. Johnson, Kersey, Smits, Leenum, Chucky Brown. Got a fourth Kemp. I think we got a Orlando Blackman. This Kemp is off center again. Cannot buy it. If they were off center left and right. I'll show you. I'll show you the big cards when I'm done. This Miller. Alright. Oh no, Robert Parrish. Okay. Connor, Stu, Tolbert, and Wes. Alright. Last one. And we'll count these up. Mind you, like I said, a lot of these were 9s, but then there was ones I could just go through and do the quick left, right, but let's count them first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, there's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and the Jordan. And we got one of them's a coach's card, so we got 41 golds out of 36 packs. Pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Let's see. Yeah, we got a bunch of different ones. Alright. The big ones were Hardaway and Kemp, which I think we only got 1, maybe 2 Hardaways, but I think we got like 4 Kemps. I'll do that. We'll pull Magic out and Bird out. Actually, we'll just do rookies only. Kemp, Vladdy, Hakeem, Saronis, another Kemp. These are the ones that were there's Glenn Rice, David Robinson, another Kemp, another David Robinson. Alright. Let's see what we got. There's another Vladdy. Yep, there's another Reggie, 42. For the wrong stack. Saronis. There's one Hardaway. Another Kemp. Okay. So those are all the best ones as far as rookie-wise. So we got Glenn Rice. That one's off center. One of those. One Hardaway. This one looks good left to right, but top to bottom is off. Let's go Saronis. Ended up getting 3 of these. That one looks pretty solid. That one looks pretty solid. And that one looks pretty solid, so who knows, we could get a 10 on a couple of these. Alright, let's go Vlade. Got two of them. Off center and off center. Both of them are small on the right side. Two David Robinsons. That one's close. Top to bottom looks good. This one is other way. Top to bottom is not good. Alright, now we got 4 Kemps. This is probably the biggest one I got. I think in a 10, these are like 60, 80 bucks or something. But I actually have one shot at it right there. One shot. And that one might be top to bottom, might miss it. But left to right looks good. That one's off. Short side, and short side. So I got one shot at that one. So those are the key rookies. And then we got the Jordans. This one's off left to right. So that one's best shot is a 9. But all 3 of these are centered. Top to bottom and left to right. So I might actually get a couple 10s on these, which would be sweet. And I think these are like, I like to say 50, 60 bucks right now. And I think this is like 100 to 150. I can't remember. In a 10, so, but that's not going to get 10. But in a 9, it's probably the same as probably like 40 bucks, and these are probably like 50, 60 or something like that. But overall, I think we did well. I got another break for this coming up. If you watch out on my eBay, which the links will be in the bottom, I will have a couple more box breaks up in a few weeks. And maybe we'll do a basketball break. Do a baseball and a basketball one. And then go from there. Alright. We will see you all later. Thank you for watching. I know it's a longer video, but it is what it is. Like I said, when I do these videos, this is how I normally do every box. I pull out the key ones, especially the old boxes, the Hall of Famers and everything, and I top load them all, unless they're damaged from the get-go. But this was actually a pretty solid box, considering that the top was kind of indentured in. The ones I threw away were, I think I threw away 3 cards, and they were all manufacturing mess-ups between the print lines or whatever. Like, like this one, for example. So, alright, but I thank you all for watching, and we will catch you another day.